London's best rock, FM96. White Cross is the title track off the new album from Against Me. And I'm joined live in studio by Tom Gabel.
Hello.
Hello again. So we've been chatting a little bit with the FM96 listeners on Facebook about what they would ask you if they had a chance to chat with you. And Vinny Fletcher, he wants to know what it's like touring with Billy Talent and Alexis on Fire. Last time you were through London at the JLC downtown here, you were on tour with those guys?
Yes. In all honesty, it was the funnest tour that I've been on in years.
I've heard that Ben is a hoot.
Oh yeah, man, and he's also a wine drinker, and I like the wine, so that was a good bonding there. But I mean, it's you know, you end up touring a lot, and you end up touring with a lot of different bands, and sometimes you connect better with other bands than you do. And we just really hit it off with all of them, and it was just like the spirit of camaraderie on that tour was rare.
Okay, now how about the Flatliners on the tour with you guys right now?
Yeah,
they're from Richmond Hill, which is my hometown, actually.
No, it's been great. I mean, we're out with the Flatliners and the Young Livers, and Young Livers are from Gainesville, so. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We're like 4 shows into the tour this far, and so far so good.
Very cool. Now, Charlie posted that he wants you to know that your music has made a huge impact on him.
Thank you, Charlie.
He would like to know if your mentality has changed since getting into the more mainstream rock a little bit.
Well, I don't know. You know, I don't know necessarily what that means in this day and age, you know, talking about mainstream versus underground anymore, because, I mean, you know, traditionally you think of mainstream in the sense of like MTV and stuff like that, and I don't think those same paradigms exist anymore, you know, like MTV doesn't play music, and what is the mainstream? I mean, if you look at the mainstream in the U.S. right now, Arcade Fire, I don't know if they still have the #1 record, but they had the #1 record of the year, right? So that's the mainstream, is the Arcade Fire. They sold more records than anyone else, you know, like,
right.
And that sound is an indie sound. So you have bands that have that sound that's more of the popular sound of the moment, as opposed to the bands that you would traditionally think as more of a mainstream sound. You know, those big artists that were the MTV hit bands, they don't sell records anymore. I don't know.
And it's funny, the first song that I ever heard from you guys was Don't Lose Touch, believe it or not, on an American Eagle store soundtrack. I used to work there.
But that record, that's a song off Fat Records. You know, that
right.
was a Fat Records release for us. So again, it's like the lines between what is underground and mainstream in this day and age when it comes to music, I think, are totally blurred.
For sure. Okay, gonna throw a harder one at you here. Jake, he says he saw you guys at Warped Tour in Toronto last year, and you didn't interact much with the audience. You just played and you were immediately off stage. So
well, yeah, I'm assuming he's talking maybe about 2008, because that was the last time we played on Warped Tour.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, Warped Tours, you have a half-an-hour set. And we've always been the type of band that I don't want to pander to the audience. I'm not going to get up there and be like, all right, are you guys ready to rock? I want to see the biggest circle pit you've ever seen. I just, you know, I want to put in more music, because I have things to say, but I have the what I want to say is in the music. And I mean, a band that I've always tried to emulate when playing live is the Ramones, and they'd get up there and it was just 1, 2, 3, 4 in between every song, and
fast-paced, fun,
you know?
Get going. And I mean, when I saw you guys in Kitchener on Friday night, you guys totally talked to the audience. You weren't like pulling a Bob Dylan and facing the back of the stage or anything. So there is your answer, Jake. And then one more here. We're about to play I Was a Teenage Anarchist off the new album. What was the inspiration for that song? Cole would like to know.
Well, you know, in all honesty, when I started off writing the song, it wasn't meant to be autobiographical in any kind of way. I was just kind of attracted to the line, I was a teenage anarchist. I liked the sensationalism of it. And I did get involved in radical politics at a really young age. I started getting into anarchist thought at like 13, 14 years old, and definitely had a huge impact and influence on my life. But I mean, the moral behind the song is just kind of a fear of mobs, and that when me personally, I have a fear of organized people, whether that's churches or, you know, governments or whatever. I just think that mob mentalities take over and witch hunts begin.
And that is the story behind I Was a Teenage Anarchist. Very
cool.
Nutshell. All right, well, we look forward to seeing you tonight at Cowboys Ranch. Lots of tickets still left if you need to grab a ticket. $38. So worth it. These guys rock.
And if you can I add, if you follow me on Twitter, it's at Tommy Gabel. I'll give away some tickets later on today. So.
Oh, I noticed that you've been doing that. All my friends have been like trying to reply to you to get those pairs. You get like 2 seconds before they reply, eh? All right, we're gonna do I Was a Teenage Anarchist now. It's Against Me live in studio with Tom Gabel here on FM96.